Not only has modern technology uncovered three people strongly believed to be JonBenet's parents John and Patsy Ramsey and her older brother Burke having a conversation after the frantic 911 call, but new evidence emerged that threw into question the means of the 6-year-old's death. Former FBI Special Agent Jim Clemente led a world-renowned team of experts who painstakingly went step by step through every aspect of the case. Using modern technology, they uncovered what was said when Patsy Ramsey believed she had hung up the phone after calling 911. 6 extra seconds were recorded, and while some of the conversation is still inaudible, 3 consecutive phrases were clearly heard. "We're not speaking to you," said a male voice, believed to be John Ramsey. "What did you do? Help me, Jesus," said a female voice, thought to be Patsy Ramsey. "What did you find?" said the voice of a child, thought to be Burke, who the Ramseys had always claimed was asleep in bed during this time. In addition, 911 operator Kim Archuleta spoke publicly for the first time about having taken that call. She said she stayed on the phone even longer than that 6 seconds as she believed she was hearing important evidence. Archuleta alleged that when Patsy thought she'd hung up the phone, her tone shifted from hysterical to matter-of-fact. "It sounded like she said, 'Okay, we've called the police. Now what?' and that disturbed me." Quote, Archuleta said, "So I remained on the phone trying to listen to what was being said. It sounded like there were 2 voices in the room. Maybe 3 different ones. I had a bad feeling about this. To me it sounded rehearsed." She then alleged an investigator had visited her home at the time to say that there was a gag order in place and she wasn't to speak until the case went to court. One of the reasons why I even stayed on until they disconnected was because there were things being said that people needed to know. A tearful Archuleta said, "It was never addressed. I think it really would have turned the case around." The 3-page-long ransom note was also closely examined with renowned forensic linguist Jim Fitzgerald alleging that it was written by a native English speaker with a high writing ability, who was female and aged 30+. With investigators having found the note was written in the house, the team also each rewrote the note to see how long it would take, and that was a whopping 28 minutes, without having to pause to think about language used. They also alleged the letter was clearly staged, pointing at the place it was found, as well as deliberate misspellings and deceptive language. In addition, they found lines in the note were stolen directly from movies including Dirty Harry and Speed. Forensic psychologist Dr. Werner Spitz also disputed the findings of the initial autopsy report, which claimed asphyxiation was the cause of death. Spitz was hired by the Boulder Police Department in 1997 to assist in the case but was denied access to the Ramsey home by the family. However, after examining crime photos, he said he quickly concluded a blow to the head was the cause of death and a flashlight sitting on the kitchen bench was the murder weapon. In the documentary, the team recreated the murder scene, using a young boy to wield the flashlight to show how easily it could be done. And while no blood was found on the flashlight, Spitz also laid forward a convincing theory as to how that could have occurred, which, again, he tested in a scientific recreation. The final scenes of the documentary showed the team decoding the interviews John and Patsy Ramsey gave to the press after the murder of their daughter. Body language and choice of language would point to the fact that they knew who their daughter's killer was, they allege. The final episode of the case of JonBenet Ramsey airs on Tuesday night, 8:40 p.m. on Channel 9 News. Our privacy policy includes important information about our collection, use and disclosure of your personal information, including to provide you with targeted content and advertising based on your online activities. It explains that if you do not provide us with information we have requested from you, we may not be able to provide you with the goods and services you require. It also explains how you can access or seek correction of your personal information, how you can complain about a breach of the Australian privacy principles, and how we will deal with a complaint of that nature.